Hello there. It's James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Johnny Test, Fred Flintstone, and one of my personal favorites, Leonardo. And you are listening to Epic Tales from the Sewer. It's totally awesome. Turtle power. Go, go, go.
Welcome to the Epic Tales from the Sewers podcast. Grab yourself a slice, strap into the party wagon, and hang on tight. Give it up for your hosts, the Cowabunga Combo, Justin and Eric. And welcome back to a long-awaited episode of Epic Tales from the Sewers. I am your most excellent host, Justin. With me, as always, is my co-host with the most, Mr. Eric Will.
How are we doing there, Justin?
Lovely hairdo. You know, he's got the, is it the Casey Jones weave going on there?
I got the Casey Jones weave going on that my wife crocheted.
Nice.
Me, my luscious locks.
Yep. And you can check her stuff out at Making Recovery. We are, of course, brought to you by the Dorkening Podcast Network and our sponsor, Deadly Grounds Coffee. Today, this has been a long-time guest that we have been wanting to get on. If you are at all familiar with this podcast and you know our logo, our artist, our illustrious artist that we have been hoping to get on forever, Mr. Ernest Acosta III. Welcome.
Well, I'm so glad to be here. Finally, like you said, man, it seems like it was never going to happen.
I know, right? But that's just the whole thing. So Ernest, we've known him from being a Bish kid in the Ben Bishop's Bish Kids Club. But past that, you may not know this. Our former guest that we had, Leroy, doing the TMNT Decennium, Ernest actually voices the Shredder when one of the incarnations of Oroku Saki the Shredder. So he's also, besides being an artist, he's a versatile voice artist as well.
Yeah, I also did the Splinter Earth 50 and Raph Earth 50.
Who's the other one? Oh, Raph and Earth 50.
Yeah, and Splinter Earth 50, and then I did the narrations for 2 episodes in the upcoming season coming.
Nice, yeah. They got me for I did last season 2 lines of Ace Duck, and then I did 2 lines of Tiger Claw, and I did like the Michael Jai White Tiger Claw sort of thing. We're gonna get him, Oroku Saki. You know, it's like that. That's it. You know, it's.
And then you said you were doing Ace Duck like
yeah,
Dragnet, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I heard you when you did that little recording. That was really good. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I totally I did like the Dragnet version, and because I wanted to do it like Humphrey Bogart, but they didn't quite see the vision, so. But no, it's cool, man. Your Shredder is really chilling. Like it's got some cool stuff. You want to maybe drop a little Shredder for us, if you will?
I will destroy all of you.
Yeah, see, he's got that vibe to him, right?
He's got that laugh for it.
It was that 03 Shredder. He kind of seemed like almost excited all the time. Every time he spoke, he seemed really into what he was doing. So I just took that with me whenever I did his impressions.
The Utram. Yeah. So let's start with a little bit of history with you, because you know, we don't know enough about you. We just know that you're our illustrious artist. You know, you gave us our wonderful our logo and all that, and I mean, you're doing some awesome stuff. Why don't we start out like, what's your origin story when it comes to Turtles?
My origin story when it comes to Turtles, I think the first thing I ever did was the TMNT versus Predator with Andrew Modine. I don't know if y'all heard it. It was part of the TMNT origin book. Came out, what was it, 10 years ago, I think it was now?
Yeah, you showed me some of the artwork for it.
Yeah, they did a whole Indiegogo with it, and I was working with Jim Lawson. Sorry, I can't believe I got his name wrong. Jim Lawson, and so I was totally excited about that. But I think he was the main seller for it. But yeah, that was like my first thing doing anything Turtles, and it was so fun working on that book. in it, I did a whole bunch of little Easter eggs that I probably wasn't supposed to do because Andrew, the guy who made it, he hates anything turtles that isn't like Mirage. So
Yeah.
he hates like the cartoon, and so I was throwing in little tidbits here and there. I hope he's not listening to this, but since
I'm sure he's
I don't
figured it
know,
out by
I don't know
now.
if he caught on to some of them, but yeah, I did like little Easter eggs and some of the drawings and stuff. So yeah, it was that book was so fun. And then from there, we're supposed to be working on a second book. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to mention or talk about anything about that, but I am currently working on another book with him.
Nice.
It's another crossover, so
Oh,
probably not
cool.
supposed to say anything just yet. But yeah, I've already drawn a few of the pages already. So
Now, interesting enough, like when I saw this book and you were talking about like his love for Mirage, this is definitely like the later, post going to space turtles too, like the
yeah,
Lawson version of the turtles.
yeah, and yeah, he likes that whole era, and he likes the real gritty turtles, the more serious turtles, like the almost rated R turtles, like and in the book, in the back of the book, there was a picture of them with that giant turtle who they say has a universe on his back. You know what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah.
about?
Yep. Yeah.
I forget his name. It's the same turtle that has to do with Pennywise. So I tried throwing a pitch to him. Maybe we could do Turtles versus Pennywise, a crossover with it. It kind of made sense to me, but I don't know, that's something maybe he said he'd think about it. So I don't think he
Wow.
was serious, but I mean, so I don't know. I think it would be fun to do that one.
That'd be an interesting thing. Like you think about it, but they're turtles. That would work too. Like maybe
I think it
younger.
would work. Like maybe he gets in their head. He sees them in the sewer when they're kids or when they're young, and then just starts messing with them. And I think it would be a pretty cool little fight scene. To actually see them like fight him, and even though some kids and Derry took him down. I mean, I don't know. I think it would be pretty interesting to see.
Yeah, no, I could see that working. And I mean, anything in that area is all kind of like that New England horror sort of thing. And you got
Yeah,
the tie in there, and you've got like the sewers. Yeah, I could see that working.
yeah.
I mean, I'm
There's
not a
like
huge fan of clowns, but otherwise, that's pretty cool.
I don't think a lot of people like clowns. I think that's what makes the beauty of them, like being scary and taking a killer clown down. I think that'd be fun. Yeah, but
I like I like the idea of that. So originally when I reached out to you, I wanted to get you to voice Leatherhead. So I think that going forward, the next time that we have Leatherhead show up, because he hasn't showed up yet outside of the Archie universe, and I'm just doing kind of like the Archie version of that, but I think that you would be prime for the IDW Leatherhead. Like that I could see like, oh yeah, that's totally Ernest right there.
I think that if given a few practice shots, I think I could probably a few running lines with him. I think I could probably do that one.
Yeah, I think that would be a good fit, you
Yeah,
know.
because the Archie one, I think that would be hard. The whole Cajun style one, I think that would be a little hard. But that might be fun to do. Some of the lines is like, "Oh, I bet you I will."
Yeah,
You're not gonna go Gambit on us, right?
it's kind of Gambit, yeah.
like
Like
you're gonna get too Creole on us, too much, too spicy.
Oh, I bet you I
everything's
will.
Gambit. Everything is Gambit. Like when it comes to anything like that, it's like it sounds like Gambit. Yes, yes, it does. They all do. So
But Channing Tatum, man, I'm sorry, man. He's just like, huh? Like some of the stuff he says is just like, okay.
well, that makes our buddy Pharaoh Pay happy though, because that's his favorite character. So
Oh yeah, okay.
yep,
I've
yeah,
always
so,
liked Gambit.
yeah, Gambit's cool. I mean, you
I
talk
always
about
like
like
the
a
toy.
character that would fit in well with the Ninja Turtles. Like that whole like
Yeah.
kind of X-Men animated series would fit in perfectly with the Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Gambit, huh? I used to
I
like
feel
the
like
toy. You remember the toy with the little kick?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of my favorite toys as I was a kid.
Yeah, that was a classic. Yeah. No, I feel you. I think I still have that somewhere like in the package, but yeah,
I was gonna
that
say,
was
do
a
you
good
still
one.
have the jacket that it came with? Because man, I lost that jacket right away. I remember it was like a
There,
hard jacket.
there was like a plastic.
Vinyl. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I used to put it on them, but you couldn't play with them with it on. So I got rid
So
of it. I don't know what happened to it.
were you a toy collector as a kid? Were you a comic collector as a kid? How did you get into like doing artwork for Turtles?
Toy collector, not collector, but I played with a lot of toys. So collected them to play with them. Yeah. I I was into comic books like just to read them though, not really. Oh, this one's valuable. I just like reading comics. I was mainly into Superman when I was a kid, and I used
Nice.
to I used to go to the comic shop every week with my dad for Superman comics. And then that's when I remember I was really young and I saw Ninja Turtle comics. And I was like, what? Like they have comic books of Ninja Turtles? Because all I knew was the cartoon when I was a kid. So I got into that and it was different, but I kind of liked it because I was at that point I was already into like Superman, X-Men, all kinds of comic books. So seeing the turtles in a different, like a more serious note was actually pretty cool. Um, as far as doing art, my dad was an artist and he would always draw and he always wanted to draw comic books, but he never did.
Hmm.
And so I used to always want to make my own comic books when I was a kid. I used to buy those spirals. I used to just draw my own comics on there, and I just would do that all the time and practice all the time. And I just started getting really good at it. Well, I wouldn't say I'm good at it, but I think I don't know. You know, other people say I'm good at it. So
I like that you said something that I don't hear from a lot of guests. That you say that you were into Superman, and
yeah.
I wanna dig on that a little bit. What is
Oh,
it that you like about the character of Superman? Because I do love Superman absolutely, but what is it that really attracted you to the character? Is it the qualities that he has? Is it the powers? Like what do you like about him?
that is actually a good question because yeah, like not a lot of people like Superman. Uh, to me, it was just a story. I guess when I was reading the comics, it was like the early '90s comics, right before they killed him. Like I was
John
just
Byrne, or maybe
yeah.
at that point
Tom
uh,
Grummett was my
Louise
favorite.
Louise
Simmons.
Simonson maybe. Yep.
I was like, I don't know, the story. I guess it just hooked me. I just really liked it, and then it was just something I did with my dad that even made it like solidified it, made it more into it, and then they started making toys out of it, and then so I just really grasped it, and I think if you would actually read the comics, if people actually read the comics, they would find out Superman's a lot more interesting than people think. It's a lot of people think that he's just overpowered and oh he's boring, he's overpowered, but nah, there's a lot more to his comics and his character than people think.
Now, you listeners, the reason I dug into this question specifically is because he's wearing a Dragon Ball Z T-shirt. So we have someone who is both a Superman fan and probably a Goku, Vegeta fan, and all that as well.
Oh,
So yeah, you know where this is going.
I see where this is going.
Must be the
So
hair.
yeah, it must be Eric's fancy hair that he's got going on there. So we've got a super powerful Superman. We've got the Z-Kai fighters and all that from Dragon Ball Z, and then on that, I gave up after GT, man. So I don't know what's going on past that and all that.
Yeah.
What's your take on the Goku Superman mythos there? Like
Goku
how would
versus
that go?
Okay, so I know everyone right away they just assume because of the power. Now the thing about Goku, Goku loves to fight for fun, right? Superman, he won't fight for fun. Superman fights to save the world. So unless there's some reason for him to be fighting Goku, he's not going to give his absolute all. So Goku will beat him for that reason alone. Not alone. I mean, Goku is very powerful, but Goku he does have a lot of weaknesses. He underestimates people, but Superman he doesn't mind losing a fight. If the world's not in dire need, Lois doesn't need to be saved. He'll take a loss. But Superman has certain abilities that he'll use if he has to. He used this one move against Black Manchester, where
Oh,
He used X-ray vision and looked into his brain and spliced his superpowers off, and he was useless after that. So, if it needed to be, Superman can just look at Goku because we all know Dragon Ball does a lot of standing around. He can just look at Goku, splice his brain, and he's done. But
yeah. I mean, Superman
if
can
it,
see radio waves, you know.
so
So yeah,
yeah,
it's pretty interesting. I just thought that was kind of cool because I know when the crossover started for Naruto, I was asking you what you thought about it because I know you're a big anime fan. I'm
yeah,
not as into Naruto. That wasn't my jam, but I'm really
you
liking
need to
this comic.
you
Like
should
what?
watch Naruto, man. I'm telling you, my wife got into Naruto.
Yeah,
It was
I
crazy.
would. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna watch One Piece because it's not my thing. But Naruto seems like something that I would watch, especially after enjoying the comic so much. Like we're on issue 2 of this right now, and it's been pretty good. Like, what
I
are your
need to
thoughts on
check it
this?
out. I haven't
Oh,
checked
you
it
haven't
out
seen
yet.
it yet? Okay.
No, I haven't checked it out. I like to wait so I can just read everything at once.
Oh yeah,
I hate the waiting. I can't stand, and especially I think issue 3 just barely came out. I was like, man, the first issue came out a long time ago. Well,
yeah,
actually, it
it
was
did.
a few months back already.
I want to say like November or something that it came out.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
they're
it
barely.
was.
Yeah, so I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen, like how many issues it's gonna be, and then I'm gonna probably dig into it. Like I
It's a
still haven't
good
even read
it's a
the
really
Stranger
good crossover. I'll say that. Like we've been lucky because like Street Fighter should not have been as good as it was. And it was. It was decent. And the one that was kind of not as spectacular for me was the Usagi Yojimbo crossover, the Where When. Yeah, it was like I mean, you'd be hard pressed to read any of the turtles not sounding all like Leonardo. So it's kind of like, oh, all right. But the Stranger Things one was so good, you
I
know?
haven't checked that one out yet. I've been meaning to. I bought them all well, at the time it was Comixology. I
Yeah.
bought them all on there so I could read them. I just haven't had a chance to read them yet. I was rewatching Stranger Things. I said, man, I gotta read those comics now. But yeah, I'm planning on reading those. I get too busy and I get caught up with things and I forget to go back and read all the millions of comics that I need to read.
Yeah, it's life gets in the way, you know. I
Mm-hmm.
think I think this year we're going to tackle the Batman crossover, the first one at least, just because that's one of my absolute favorites and, you know, maybe I'll be looking for a Joker, wink wink. So
Oh man, I gotta tell you, man, I was so bitter about that. Yeah, but
it's all good. We had a conversation about this just so you guys know where he did this whole thing for Joker and it really solid Joker. So I'm like, you know what? We're just gonna do our own thing. We can just do it together. So,
doing the Joker has always been like a dream role for me. I'm always doing the Joker's voice, and so that's why when I didn't get that role, I was like so mad. And I remember Leroy messaged me something, and I just gave him like the shortest answer ever. Like he asked me all these questions, like how are you doing, this and that, and I just answered him in a 3 words. I was like, fine, this, that, and he was like, oh, okay.
that's
So I
how it
was
is
mad.
sometimes. I mean,
I was mad. I was like,
I want
okay.
to play everything too, but it's I you gotta take your direction from the director. So it's like, okay,
I mean, I was just a little bitter about that, but I was like, whatever. I was like, all right, it's whatever. It's whatever. I could do the Joker on my own.
yeah.
So, yeah. So,
It'd be fun stuff, doing that. I think that's one of my favorite crossovers.
yeah.
Um, what do you think? Do you think that your Predator one? You think that would ever make it into like a voice sort of acting thing, or would it not work because the Predator just goes?
Well, he does have I mean, he just repeats what people say. So, I mean, I don't know how that would work out on like a radio kind of show thing. Because, yeah, like the Predator just makes little like noises. But I think that would be a fun one to do.
Yeah,
I think it would always be fun. I've always wanted to voice one of the turtles, which I did for that show. I voiced Raph. I think in that story, Donatello. I guess you could say Donatello was the main character. I mean, I don't want to give anything away, even though it's been out for a few years. But Donatello's I guess the one who finishes the story. So
that's cool. That's really cool. So when it comes down to this, I'm guessing that you're a Raph guy, right?
Raph guy, yep, that's
Yep.
me.
Good man.
There's
Good man.
good one for you, Eric. So Eric is for listeners, he's wearing his red Raphael shirt with the logo Ernest Drew on it. So
You know, it's crazy. I was thinking about it. I was like, why did I not do Raph? Did you ask for Mikey and Donatello, or I just
I
do that
think
Raph?
I think I did because it
Okay,
should have been realistically Leo and Raph, like it should have been. But
okay.
we just ended up doing these two because it was like the two buddies of them was kind of like, their best buds in the movie and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of how it happened. So
I
but
was thinking about that the other day. I was like, why didn't I do Raph? What's wrong with me? Everything I do is Raph.
yeah, no, well, I mean, I have a different version of it from Ken Mitroni, and he did Leo and Raph on it.
I
So
remember you showed me that one. Yeah.
yeah, and that was pretty cool. But
I,
now,
I was thinking I need to redo that logo for you when I get some time pretty soon.
Oh yeah. Well, then it's going to be Raph and Leo for sure. Where's the craziest place that you've run across some of your artwork? And it doesn't have to be our show. It could be literally anything.
I think like food trucks. I've seen food trucks with some of my stickers. And I'm like,
What?
I was like, what? Yeah, I was like, because I sometimes sell my stickers, and I was like, oh, hey, look, they got my sticker on there, and I put my food truck logo on a lot of my stickers now. But I thought that was pretty cool seeing that. But I haven't seen anyone wearing a shirt with any of my designs on them. Although I have done some for that. Is it called T Fury or that?
Oh yeah, yeah, yep.
I've done some there and sold some on there. So I'm like, it would be so cool to walk by and see someone wearing a shirt that I drew, and I think that would be pretty cool. But it's just been stickers. I've seen stickers here and there. I'm like, oh, cool. That's pretty cool. And I mean, it's cool seeing online people wearing your podcast shirt, like especially Rob. I always see him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when he got his
Mhm.
picture taken with Judith.
Yeah,
Or
he's
Doug.
like
Bender.
taking your logo all around the world. I think that's pretty cool. I'm like, hey, that's my art too. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Now there's someone in Sweden who has a T-shirt. There's someone in Australia who has a T-shirt. So it's like, it makes its
Mhm.
way around. You
Yeah.
know,
That is
if you Google Last Ronin podcast, we're the first thing that comes up. Which you know what, cheap and unlocked. So it's like that's what we were hoping. So that was the whole idea of starting this show. Is like, yeah, let's talk about the Last Ronin. So it just evolved into so much more than that. So.
Yippers.
Now, that would be cool too to have like a Last Ronin version of that. Maybe Last Ronin and Fugitoid. What or Metalhead? What would you think, Eric? What
I mean,
characters would you pick for a different logo?
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
obviously
yeah,
he
yeah.
said
Of course,
Raph,
Raph. I mean, but I'd be cool with Metalhead or Slash or
Slash. Yep.
Kirby.
Or
Of course, I
Kirby.
want
Yeah.
to.
oh, the Kirby turtle, or
Have
or
you ever
Kirby.
drawn Kirby?
No, I hadn't. The other day I thought he was like, I should draw Kirby like.
Challenge accepted is what you need to say.
Yeah, I need to do that. I need to draw him. I got like some commissions that I need to finish. He's probably watching this now, or he's probably watching and he's like, oh, this guy's over here messing around, not doing my commissions. But yeah, I got commissions to do. Like I said, I'm working on that another book, that turtle book that I'm doing. So, but when I get some time, I definitely want to. There's a bunch of drawings I want to bang out too. So, yeah.
Do you find yourself getting like a lot of commissions lately, or is it just that you've got some that are stacking up?
I have actually because I started doing a few shows selling art, and people have been asking if I take commissions, and like I've just been like stacking up the commissions, not even realizing, oh, I need time to work on these, and then they're like, hey, well, when do you think you have mine done? I'm like, oh, give me a little time. I try to go in order, and I try to get them out as fast as possible, but like there's one that was supposed to be a quick one, and I just started adding so much Easter eggs in there and doing little like having fun with it, and I was like, oh man, what am I doing? Like, so. But yeah, I took on a little too many the past couple of weeks, but it's just hard to say no to money. I guess that's
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Trust me.
tell us about this recent series that you did of the WWE crossover with Turtles. Speaking of crossovers, what did you come up with, and who is who on there?
The first one I did was Raph as Randy Orton. I have no idea what made me do that. I just did Raph as Randy Orton. I just thought that'd be cool, like the Turtles, because I think what
See it.
sparked that idea was when I play action figures with my son. Sometimes I get the Turtles and I make them wrestle like
Yeah.
WWE. So I did that, and I always, for some reason, I make Raph do the RKO.
RKO.
It's because he's got that bent arm. That's perfect for it, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that, and then I did that one drawing, and then Rob Denner, he told me, he's like, you should do Evolution, and I was like, I should do that, and then I just kept going there, and then I started, there's more I want to do. I'm like, and then they actually did a Turtles WWE crossover, like right after I did a few of the drawings. They did the action figure line. They're different, but I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. But yeah.
So who's Leo, who's Donnie, and who's Mikey?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I did Leo as Ric Flair, and I don't know if you saw that drawing. I did him with the robe. It was like woo, and then I did Michelangelo as Batista, and Donatello as Triple H.
No,
And
oh
I
wow.
know that
Okay.
isn't like the best fit, but like I was trying to stick with the evolution theme. So I thought I called him Raffy Orton. So I think that
Nice.
was the first one, and then Leo as Ric Flair, because Ric Flair seems more like the I don't know, like the leader-ish kind of, even though he's not the leader. He was Triple H, but, and Triple H seems like a mastermind, so I thought that fit Donatello a little more.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Batista.
Triple H ruined wrestling, but that's just me. So
Oh no, we're gonna start a whole conversation now.
no, I'll
Uh-oh.
just tell you, I used to love wrestling. I've trained it, all that kind of stuff. I just think it's like the fact that he was in charge of all this stuff, and it's like, oh, why didn't we get the Hurricane? Why couldn't the Hurricane be champ? Well, because Triple H didn't like him. It's like all that stuff going way back. It's like, come on, man. The guy was a great wrestler. It's just,
I think he's making it great, man. I think he's I don't know. I like what he's been doing. Are you going as far back as where he broke the whole kayfabe thing with the
oh,
curtain
dude,
call?
I stopped probably 2009 after ECW. So like literally after the ECW thing, when Eugene was a thing, I'm like, you know what, guys, I'm out. I'm out. And then like, and I kind of keep
my
track a
God.
little bit, but like ECW is the GOAT for me. Like that was my thing. So
Yeah.
you give me
I'm-
maybe Raph Van Dam or
Yeah.
you got the
Yeah.
orange Taz Michelangelo, and you could have let's see, Donatello and Leo. Maybe you got I don't know, Lance Storm. Yes, it's one of as Leo, and Jerry Lynn as Donatello. Who knows? So any of those guys. So
Vince
I mean,
ruined it, actually. Vince ruined it for
oh
me.
yeah,
that was mainly Vince during that. Oh, it was Vince during that era. I think Vince, old Vince, was ruining everything. Even though he was always a little weird with some of the things he did and wanted to do. Especially when you find out the stuff he wanted to do, like
yeah. You're like,
Montreal screw job. Montreal screw job
oh
is
yeah, going
when
back.
I was done.
yeah.
I was done.
Oh, so you go even further back than I do. Like at that point, Eric. So wow, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I went from, from watching that, the Montreal screw job, then he went to WCW, but like I watched WCW, but it was on its last limbs anyway, so
So then you get Casey Jones dressed up as Bret the Hitman Hart. He's got the
I might
mask. He's got the wraparound. Yeah, absolutely.
I can see
cool.
that. Yeah, I did Casey as CM Punk. You guys
That
know
makes
CM
sense.
Punk?
Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
makes a lot of
I just
sense.
thought because like CM Punk and Casey with the punker line, and I don't know, and then he then with the whole crossing arm thing, and I'm not a big fan of CM Punk, but I just thought that one was pretty cool, so I did that.
Yeah, I mean, that really works.
That's
So it's like,
yeah.
what are you gonna do? I mean, unless you go with someone with a mask, like how Kane used to have it or anything. But
Hey, Kane, yeah, that will. I mean, that would
that's
just make
definitely
sense.
not Casey Jones. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, I don't know. Well, that's cool. So with this, I wanted to ask because you've got some you you were talking about like putting Easter eggs on things, and one of the things about our logo that I always loved is that you put a couple comic books on there, and like you pick some obscure stuff to throw in there. And being a Bish kid like us, big fan of Ben Bishop and all that, like throwing on some of these. How did you choose what books that you were going to put in there? Because I didn't tell you to put, I think, anything in there. You just did it.
No, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the last Ronin, because you know how that blew up when it was coming when it first came out, the first issue dropped. That was so I was like, I have to put. If you can see a little hint of the last Ronin,
Oh yeah,
and then
it's like the full cover. Yeah.
the main one that Mikey's reading, that was just one of my favorites. I love that cover, and I don't know. That was just I just thought those would be the best ones to do. And then since we're a Bish, we're the Bishes. I was like,
Target
man,
art.
let me do something with Ben. So yeah, that's why I did that one.
That's cool. Yeah, I love that. Like the attention to detail on it. That's one of those main things everybody notices. The fact that it's like they look like they're reading a legible comic book.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. You do great stuff, man. We're big fans. Like I said, we've been wanting to have you on forever because of this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was so mad. There was a few times that I was like really sick, man. I was just something wrong. I was like, man, I really want to get on there, but I would just be coughing up a storm the whole time we're on here, and it would be horrible. But I'm glad we're here now.
So with the turtles now, are you able to keep up with what's going on with like the Jason Aaron run and all that? Because I know you're obviously an IDW fan because you knew which cover to put on there on the comic. Like, are you a fan of like the current run that's going on?
Um, I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan. I haven't had a chance to keep up with everything. Like I haven't even finished the last Ronin. That's how far behind I am. I read a few of them. I have the issues. Obviously, I have issue 5. But I haven't issue 5. I haven't read that one yet. I mean, I already know everything that happens already. So I'm like lost with a lot of the new stuff that's going on. But I'm planning on catching up pretty soon. So,
Well,
yeah,
we're waiting. We're I think a week and a half out from the last issue of the sequel. So remutation.
you think it'll be the last one? I mean,
I hope not. I hope, like, in all honesty, I hope it becomes an ongoing. Like,
and that's
I
probably
love
what
it.
it
Yeah. I don't know that the Escorzas are going to be able to do it. And are they going to be
Yeah.
able to do like a 48 issue or a 48-page issue going? Like, I don't know. It's kind of a prestige thing, but I mean, I would love it because I love the characters. I think they're cool as hell.
will be. Yeah. I've seen some of all the art and stuff and the characters, and I was like, man, this looks like fun. I really need to get into it, especially being a Bish in the Bish group, seeing all of Ben's
Hmm.
drawings of all the new turtles and everything. I'm like, man, I really want to dig in there and see what's going on with all that. I just haven't had the time to really sit back and read everything. Like I said, I haven't even finished Ronin, and I guess I need to finish that. So I'm really dying to do that. So
So as the owner of a food truck, you mentioned that you have different themed sort of drinks, or I think shaved ice is one of them. What's the
shaved ice.
Ninja Turtle version of this?
I actually have several. One of them that I have is, do you guys remember the Hostess pie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have the Hostess pie as a flavor. Oh,
Oh God.
is that the candle?
This is no the candle I have. I
Oh,
do have
that's
the
that thing
candle.
you told me.
This is
Yeah.
like buttercream or something like that. But whatever it is, I'm just not gonna open it. But I have
I've
the
never
I have
tried
the
it.
I have the Ecto Cooler one too.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, man! I
Dude,
so want those to
I
come
tried
back.
I tried that one. It's really weird, but it's fine.
Yeah, so I have the Hostess pie as a flavor, and
Nice.
when I found that flavor, it's 2 flavors that I mix together. Uh, it hit me like. Have y'all ever seen Ratatouille?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, do you remember when the food critic he tasted Ratatouille and he was like mesmerized? He was like, "Oh my god!" And it took him back to his childhood. That was my reaction when I tried it. I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, it took me back to when I tried that overly sweet pie and with that. Oh, it tasted exactly like it when I mixed those 2 flavors together, and oh, it was so good. So I always urge any turtle fan that comes to my truck to try that one.
Is it
I haven't.
green?
No, it's not green, but I dye it green. I put a
Okay.
coloring in it to
Okay.
make it green. Because I mean, that's what the old pie was too. It was dyed green. There was no flavor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like that coating that's on the outside, like the sort of
Yeah,
pudding on the inside is
glaze.
the green.
Yeah,
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 that's so cool. That's a great one. So
yeah. I have that in bubble tea or shaved ice.
oh, you can
Oh,
get that in bubble
nice.
tea? Yeah, I would try
Oh
that
snap.
for
Yeah, and
sure.
then I have a few other flavors. Just my own creations that I made. I also do shaved ice, but I make them look like the turtle faces. Like
Oh,
I put
Oh,
little bubblegum eyeballs, and I color it's green. I do
that
lime,
is
and I do like
cool.
cherry, and everyone loves it whenever when I make it for them. They're like, "Oh wow!" And I have a picture of them on my Instagram. All 4 turtles. I added them into like the sewer layer, the actual little shaved ice cups. They're in like the sewer layer with their weapons.
oh, that's fun.
And
That's
I even
awesome.
have the old ice cream. Well, not old ice cream, but it's like the old ice cream. The, those
Like the
face,
pop. Yep.
yeah, the ones with
Oh
the rocket
yeah.
eyeballs and everything. I sell those too out of my truck.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I sell those too. I get them by the box and I sell them there. I try not to
Oh
eat them.
man.
My son will find them in my storage freezer for the food truck, and he'll go and start eating them too. So,
That's so cool.
yeah, yeah. So
All right,
yeah,
so
I have quite a
you
few
got
homemade
bubble tea.
flavors though. Yeah.
What else do you have?
I have mutagen. It's a green bubble tea. I know there's quite a few people order that one. It's like a kiwi lime mix. So it has a real like strong green. Even though I've always thought it was weird. Like when did green become the mutagen color? When wasn't it pinkish purple to begin with? You know what I'm talking about?
That's a good question, because maybe it's the movie, because it was pinkish in the '87 cartoon, and I don't think they really showed it in the Mirage comics until they colored those. So
I thought about that the other day when I saw my picture. I was like, wait a minute, like what? Like why? When did it become green? But I just know that the movies it was green. I was like, oh well, everyone knows it as green anyway. So.
it's blue
Yeah.
in the 2012 cartoon.
I thought
Oh
it was
yeah.
like pink. I thought it was like pink or purple.
Wait, it was it purple or
20
pinkish in the
in
2012?
the 2012.
Is it pinkish too? I thought it was
I
like
think
blue in the
it's.
canister. I don't know.
Hang on, I'm gonna
You
look
could
it up.
definitely be right.
Yeah, I think I remember it was like a pinkish purple color. I think so because I remember it looking really bright. But I mean, if I did mutagen and it was pink or purple, I think people would be like, "What's this? This is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
So yeah,
They're
so
they're
that
all
is
thinking of the movie. That's why.
yeah. I mean, I think of it too. That's like when you say mutagen, that's the first thing you think of is the green ooze.
I think of the slime pit with my He-Man figure. You know, with like the ooze coming down from the slime pit. That's what I think of.
Yeah, yeah.
Or maybe the toilet that they had, the foot thing where they were making the ooze come down. You know, the old Playmates toy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. So mutagen, you can get that as a bubble tea. That sounds refreshing. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. Everything that all my flavors, I made them first, and if I didn't like absolutely love it, I didn't put it on the menu. So
No
that's
kidding.
why, like a lot of people ask me, "Oh, what's your favorite thing to get?" I'm like, "Oh, that's everything on there." It's like if I didn't love it, I didn't put it on the menu. I always urge people to
good.
try
He's
all
like,
my.
what didn't make the cut? He's like, oh yeah, Rat King did not make the cut. It's like
What would I do with
Baxter
that one?
Stockman did not make the cut. You know, it's like
Krang.
I
he's like,
have well, it's not Krang, but it's a Dimension X flavor.
Okay.
It looks more like reddish with a hint of blue in it, a hint of dark blue. I took a picture of Dimension X like that I saw from the old cartoon, and I just try
Yeah.
to make the drink look like that, like those color schemes. That's usually what I do with a lot of my flavors.
that's really cool. So with this, like, I'm sure you've got Dragon Ball Z flavors. What else do you have in terms of flavors for the bubble tea or the shaved ice?
I have Dragon Ball. I mean, I have to have Dragon Ball. I named
Yeah.
it after Dragon Ball. I have not sure if you guys like Zelda. You guys like
course.
Zelda? So I have
It's
from Zelda.
dangerous. Take this. Oh,
I have Lon Lon milk. I tell people I don't have no.
What?
Yeah, it's not milk though. I put that on
Yeah.
there. I usually list the ingredients on that one since it's like my own special concoction.
Yeah.
You have to ask me for the ingredients, but I just put on there it's not milk, so people know it's not milk. And the people who try it, they tell me it was really good, and that's like their normal that they order a lot. So I think that one's good. On Dragon Ball, I have a few. Just like I have the antidote, which is from the old ones.
yeah,
The one's
from
called
that's like Android 19 era.
yeah. And
Okay.
then from the shaved ice flavor, we mix we have some with ice cream. We put vanilla ice cream in the shaved ice, and it's called My Bulma. It's just a simple cherry blue coconut. But man, I gotta tell you, that one is so delicious. That mix with the vanilla ice cream, it is so good together, and that's like
That sounds
one
good.
of our main sellers down that one.
Wow.
Yeah, if I was gonna tell you all my flavors, man, we'd be here all night. Man. I had
Well, just hit the highlights. You know, it's all good. Like, do
the
you
menu
have a
is so
do you have like a Majin Buu and it's like a big pink bubble gum? Like, what would that be? Yeah.
I do have it's called Boo's Bubblegum, and it's bubblegum flavor, and I added grape and lemon to it, and I kind of try to make it look like Majin Buu, how he has that purple cape and yellow
That's cool.
gloves. So I do the little color everything I do the color scheme to try to either look like the characters or have somewhat you see it and you're like, yeah, that's whatever flavor it is, that's whatever character that is. So that's usually what I base my flavors off of.
So there's an aesthetic look to it as well as the flavor. So,
Yeah.
oh, that's really cool. Yeah. Any chance you have a pizza flavored one?
No.
Ooh.
I don't.
I don't
No,
know how well that would work over. Just
It
because, I
sounds
mean,
awful. Yeah,
I mean, do you want pizza flavored soap? I mean,
no, I don't want to make
that's
the
a
same
thing,
mistake
man.
Dr.
I
Squatch made.
know.
Yeah, Dr. Squatch made one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm addicted to Dr. Squatch, and it was crazy because I'm addicted to Squatch and turtles, and I did not order that turtle soap.
He's
I
squatching.
I wouldn't have. I
I mean,
mean,
everyone said it smelled strong like pizza. I was like, why? I mean, maybe just to have. But then I heard people who said they bought it just to collect it, that the pizza aroma just starts. I mean, I guess it's not bad, right? To have a pizza smell in your house. I mean, it make me want pizza more. But
I have a pizza scented candle, and it's not something that my family lets me burn at all because they're like, it smells like hot vomit and oregano. So I'm like,
oh
"Oh."
God,
And I
oh
just,
my
and
God.
I think that the people that made it are the nicest people ever, and they're like, we sold out. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, good, don't make more. You know, it's like,
limited
Oh
stock.
my
That's.
gosh.
I have
yeah,
a candle of the hostess pie. I have that candle. I don't want to light it just because I don't want it
yeah.
to
I have the same.
all go
I have it
away.
right here. I think. Let me see. I can pull it out because I have it.
I don't know
Yeah, I've
how I
got it
feel
here
about some of
next
that
to
stuff.
my Dr. Stone. Yep.
The candle actually does smell like yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to burn it either. But yeah, this was great. This was the was it Geek Chic or something like that? Like
Yeah, it
Hmm.
was a very limited run that they did.
yeah,
And
I
I was
had to
like,
get that.
I grabbed two of them just in case. I was like, at first I grabbed two, one to burn and one to keep. I was like,
You
nah, I'm
sound
gonna
like
keep
me.
both. Even though because I figured out the flavor on the shaved ice, I think I could probably remake that candle because I have made candles before. I think I could probably figure out that I think I'm gonna try that now. I'm gonna try to make that candle, see if I can
See,
replicate
there you go. You're gonna make like epic smells from the sewers. You know,
it. Oh, I don't know about that.
That sounds terrible. Smell. That sounds like a terrible smell.
well,
Period.
let's workshop this. Let's workshop this. So we're looking for a candle that smells like Master Splinter, right?
Ooh,
So I'm thinking that it's gonna
Okay,
have
a
to have some
clean
sort
Master
of like.
Splinter or an actual sewer Master
See,
Splinter?
that's
so
dealer's
clean
choice.
rat. So you're saying a clean rat?
I no, I'm going with this, right? Sensei has, some incense while he's meditating, so maybe he's got like something there, maybe it's like sandalwood or bergamot, but also the smell of tea, right? So he's got like something there. So he's not like gross. You could throw like some weird cheese or something in there, but like think about it. Like what would be like okay, he's like a sort of like a new agey guy. He's got incense burning. Like, what would that be? That's Master Splinter. It's you
I,
capture the vibe.
I can see that, like Splinter's chai tea, and
Could
it just
yeah,
yeah, it smells like when he's drinking tea and burning an incense together. So yeah, the sandalwood and tea mixed together might be onto
Work.
something with that one. At first, I was
Uh-oh.
like, Splinter. You want to smell like Splinter, but that was the first thing that crossed my mind.
Yeah,
But
I,
yeah,
So
I'm not
so
gonna lie.
now
It was
now
it was
we've
it was kind
got
of rough for me.
so what do you think for April O'Neil? Right, she's spicy, maybe something cinnamon. Fiery redhead.
and we're talking about candles, so 'cause I
Yeah,
don't know if you want to smell cinnamon. That
no,
might be
I
a little
would.
too. I don't know. That might burn the eyes, don't you think? But I guess for some reason, like right away, I'm drawn to like the color scheme, like
The
April
yellow.
banana cream or something like that.
Okay, all right.
Hmm.
So,
I always think of the cartoon chili burgers with onions, lots of onions. Yeah.
hey, you did some of the voices for the cartoon, the '87 Turtles, didn't you?
Yes, I can do a pretty serviceable Barry Gordon. So I do the bebop, but my Krang is really the one that I've practiced the most. So and that's my absolute favorite, the Pat Fraley Krang. Shredder, you buffoon. You know,
Man, that is
where's my body?
oh, and those
It's my
little.
it's like my favorite party trick thing to do and all like I just love it. And the fact that they let me do it, I'm like, "Oh my god." He's
You
like
see,
there
how
was
would
no
you
one
feel
else.
if you didn't get that role as Krang and someone else beat you? Would you? You'd be mad, wouldn't you?
I would be sitting there and it'd be like, "They don't know talent." I mean, it's an impression anyway, so it's like and now like doing the comic reads and all that, I'm like I have to not do a exact impression for this because he's General Krang. So I have to like, all right, you got to toughen him up. Oh,
Yeah, it's a
because when
different
you
one. So,
when you read his story and you find out it's like, oh, he was a spoiled little prince, the son of a general who was just, he bit off more than he can chew and then had to survive, and he ends up taking out an enemy with a stick, like a pointed stick, and then he ends up like the Krang body android. That's the hollowed out husk of his arch enemy that he went to kill and did it, and that's how he ended up who he was. IDW Krang is badass.
Yes.
You
I
know?
was gonna say that. Man, I love what they did with. I love what they did with a lot of the story, the whole reincarnation thing, and oh man,
Yeah.
IDW just killed it. So yeah, their Krang is. So if you're doing the voice for that Krang, it'll be fun to hear that one with your '87 cartoon Krang.
Yeah.
What did they call him? A Jewish mother on that documentary.
I think that's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah,
Something
what
like
do you expect?
he did some interesting stuff too, like his Casey Jones. He did basically Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
But it's funny because sometimes going through this stuff, I didn't realize it, but like the guy Pat Fraley that did the voice of Krang did Marshall Moo on Cowboys of Moo Mesa. He was the
Oh
main
yeah.
character, the code of the West and all that. It's like
Yeah, it's funny when you hear them. Have you ever heard of it was like a, I'm not sure if it was a show or just like a little ad cartoon called Eddie the Eagle. Y'all ever heard of that one?
no, I know there was a movie, but I don't know Eddie the Eagle. No.
Yeah, it's the same voice as the one who did Leonardo in the '87
Oh,
cartoon.
Cam Clark, nice.
Yeah, and you hear it, and I remember seeing he would do like these little don't do drugs or he's like stop, run away, leave the scene, call an adult, and they used to show these at school, and I never like oh hey that's Cam Clark, that's Leonardo, and until like a few years ago I saw the ad and someone posted on social media. I was like, what? That's Leonardo. Like I never even knew that all the time.
See, for me, it was playing Metal Gear Solid and then hearing the voice of Liquid Snake, and I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, that's Leonardo. Surrender, Shredder, or face the consequences of your actions. Hello,
It's when you
Solid
hear
Snake.
certain things, you're like, wait a
Oh,
minute. the Leonardo, the voice comes out, and you're like, whoa, wait a minute, I never saw that. And it's always fun spotting the voices in other places. Like when you were a kid, did you ever notice about Shredder and Uncle Phil?
I had no idea, no clue. I didn't know
Mm-mm.
until I saw an episode of Carmen Sandiego, like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, and they had and now here's Acme ShredderNet, and it was James Avery comes on and he does the voice of Shredder, and it's like the chief is talking to him, and the chief because if you've ever watched the movie The Warriors, she
Yeah.
was the narrator. It's like, listen up, boppers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like I had no idea until I was watching the show on PBS and I see James Avery doing the voice of Shredder, and I'm like, come on, no, pre-internet, any of that stuff. I'm like,
I think that was the thing. We didn't have internet back then. We didn't have
no.
Yeah. No.
And I remember watching Fresh Prince, and then he was yelling at Will, and I was like, that's Shredder?
So you
That's
figured it
Shredder.
out.
Yeah. I'm like,
Oh,
I didn't put anything together.
I would
had
I
no
would
way
not
of
have known
knowing
unless
for
someone
sure.
told me.
But I was like, that's Shredder. And then I watched the cartoon, and of course, as kids, we didn't think, oh, let me pay attention to the cast at the end of what they say. So we're just like hearing it, and I was like, oh, that's him. Sure enough, found out, yeah, that's him. Because like you said, no internet back then. We couldn't Google search
I
anything.
knew, like, I knew some of them, like when we had Townsend Coleman on, like, I knew that I'm like, oh my God, you did the voice of Scott Howard in Teen Wolf. I love that cartoon, and I swear I'm the only person that loved that cartoon. But I knew that was him. And Barry Gordon was a Snork, and I was really big into the Snorks. So yeah, I'm that guy too. So he was Junior. He's like, sure, doing his thing. So look out, it's a Snork.
See, like that, I think I told you that last time about Robbie Riss, because like I'm a big fan of Naruto, and I had
Yeah.
no idea that he voiced Choji, and I was like, what? How could I not know that? Because I was already grown when I started watching Naruto. It's like, God, I can't believe I didn't see that one. And if you go back and hear Choji, it's like really obvious too. I I was like, man, I can't believe I didn't notice that one. But that was fun.
He is such a Michelangelo. Like I got to meet him at Granite, and just talking to him, literally falling into the trap of like, oh my God, I'm talking to Michelangelo. He sounds like Michelangelo. It's just like, and I mean, we're having like a deep philosophical conversation, right?
Yeah.
He's like, and and I'm hearing like flies, stink bugs. It's
Yeah.
like that's what he's doing, and I'm like, oh my God, oh wow, this is crazy.
I think that's why I love talking with voice actors. Like,
Yeah.
it's you hear them, like the character, but you're like, it's not the character, it's them, and this is so cool, and it's so fun, and I think that's why I have a big love for voice acting, and that's why I'm really trying to get into it. I don't know if I told you I took a voice acting class a few years ago,
Oh,
and
nice.
it was taught by Sonny Strait, who he voices Krillin.
Oh,
And
cool.
and I remember in the class, and oh my God, I was so nervous. I was the only one in the class that didn't
You're
have
like,
any
what's
experience.
Marin like? What? No, stop.
It's well, I'd rather Android 18, but yeah. But so I remember taking that class. I was so nervous. Everyone else in there had acting experience, and they're all talking about. And it was digital though, so I was a little lucky there. But I was thinking, all right, you know what? He's like, he comes on. He's like, hey, we're gonna do some monologues just so I can see where y'all are at. I was like, okay. I was like, well, good. I'm gonna watch a few of these guys that are experienced. I'll try to feed off of them. He calls me first out of everybody, and I was like,
Let's go alphabetically. Ernest. Yes. Damn,
and it was
a last name.
Right.
and he taught me so much in that class that I had him with. But there was one thing that I forgot. Like, he told me a trick on how to yell, because if you're gonna do anime, you have to know how to yell. And he told me a trick about how to yell, and I forgot what he told me. So at a convention, I went and I met up. I went to his line and I talked to him. I said, "What was that trick?" He told me, let's say you hold a marker like right here on your mouth, and imagine screaming over the marker. So if you're gonna do like loud voices or loud screaming, you do over it. So I was like, okay. He goes, try it. And we're there at a convention. I was like, oh, okay, I will. He goes, no, try it right now. And I was like, you want me to scream? He goes, yeah. He goes, we're at an anime convention. I'm sure no one's gonna mind. And I was there, and I was like, I was nervous. I said, man, he goes, you have to be able to do this, man. There's people here. And he goes, go ahead. So I just let it rip. And I remember I was so nervous, but that was like one of the best times I had, because I let it rip. I yelled as loud as I could. I did it. And Sean Schemmel would happen to be like just a few boots down. He voices Goku. Yeah. He heard me, and he responds to me with a Goku yell. And just hearing that Goku yell in person respond to me, I was just like,
oh my God, what a moment.
I was like, what? And I was like, oh man, who did you do?
Did you do Piccolo? Did you do Vegeta?
I tend to do a Vegeta, but I was just trying to do my own yell, but I tend to do a Vegeta. Like, I tend to do more of a Vegeta one. What? Damn it.
Kakarot? I love it.
Kakarot, you clown. Yeah, I tend to do Vegeta. I guess that's why he reacted to me. Yeah, I was like so excited.
Oh my God! You talk about ultimate validation. That's so cool.
Yeah, and I really wanted to meet him too. But I don't know if you ever seen Sean Schemmel's lines at any of the conventions. They're like 4-hour waits.
Oh,
I got lucky. My friend who did a lot of work for the convention, he had a VIP, so I got to just walk right up to him and I got to talk to him. And then I learned Sean Schemmel voiced is it Raphael is it Raphael? I think he voiced Raphael in a Ninja Turtle episode. He did something on Ninja Turtles. I can't believe I forgot. I know he did something on Ninja Turtles. I saw it on there. I was like, you voiced Ninja Turtles? He's like, yeah. I was like, man. I was like, and then he did the voice. I was like, yeah, I can see that. But
was it like the prehistoric ones, or the kid ones, the Fisher Price one, maybe?
No, it was it part of the 2003 Turtles? I'm gonna have to look that up again.
Oh, must have. Yeah, that makes sense. Like the 4Kids stuff.
Yeah, I think he did like an alternate voice, or he did something. I know he did for the actual Turtles. I think it was Raphael, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think he did a voice for Raphael.
Hi, this is Francois Chow. I am the Shredder from Secret of the Ooze. And it's been a pleasure for me to talk to Justin and Eric on Epic Tales from the Sewers. It's been great, guys.
So I
Right.
think that
So,
was
so here's the idea that I'm running through, because you just got through doing your WWE Turtles and all that. Do you think that in somewhere in the future there's a crossover where you could do the Turtles as Dragon Ball Z characters, and which character would be which?
well. It's funny you say that because I already did a Raph as well, not as Vegeta, but I did a drawing and I actually saw prints of it of Majin Raph. And
Oh yeah,
I drew him doing that that smile that Vegeta did when he was Majin, and he was like
yeah.
like
That's
that.
my favorite character of DBZ. So yeah,
And
absolutely.
I had it on the stadium in the background, and I made that into a print. I would definitely that's Vegeta. Raph is Vegeta. Goku. I mean, I wouldn't. It's hard to say Goku's Leonardo because Goku's a clown. And
He's probably Michelangelo.
yeah, I
Like
would see Goku as Michelangelo a lot more.
yeah.
Piccolo is Goku. That's definitely Goku. Gohan that's Donatello. Gohan's he's smart. Um, I don't know. I guess Michelangelo, Goku. Yeah, I think that would be them. So
You
I,
wouldn't do
I,
Leo as Trunks?
I mean, the sword, right? You would think, yeah, the sword, but
I mean,
I guess
that's
I can
low
see
hanging fruit, though. Yeah.
yeah. No, but I mean, just a sword because Trunks. I guess you know what Trunks could be future Trunks, maybe
Yeah.
future Trunks. Especially you said you never watched Dragon Ball Super, right?
Yeah, I got to the point where I'm like, oh, who's the purple cat? And then it's just, it was on at weird times, and I couldn't watch it. So, you
Uh,
know,
nah, man, Super's great, man. I mean, to me, just more Dragon Ball content's always a win for me. So I enjoy everything. I haven't seen the new one. I only saw a few episodes. I'm waiting. Like I said, I like to wait to binge watch or binge read everything. So the new one, I don't know if you even know there's a new one that came out.
oh yeah. See, I was one of the guys that had like the VHS tapes of GT and all that, and Dragon Ball and all that. Like I had the dubbed, or not dubbed, the subtitle tapes, and you would buy them at like the import store on
Yeah,
VHS. So like way back. So yeah.
yeah,
Back
man.
when you could do that. I did finally get a buddy of mine gave me the Turtles anime. I think there's a couple episodes of that, so I have that to watch. I do,
Oh
yeah. I'm gonna be
wow,
watching
that
that.
is
That's something that I hope to cover on the show. So that's pretty cool.
yeah, that is cool. I'm jealous.
Now let me ask you this. So as a fan of Turtles, as a fan of all this stuff, what is the best piece in your collection that you have? And it could be a
Mm,
piece of artwork that you have that either you did or that somebody else did. It could be a comic, could be an action figure, a statue. What's your prized turtle possession?
my
Mhm.
prized turtle possession. That is a real tough one because my collection is a lot different than others. My collection is I like used items, little knickknack items that I used to have as a kid.
Okay.
Uh, I have so much stuff. I have there were little snow globe pencil toppers. I don't know if you
Oh
remember
my
those.
God, I remember
Oh,
those.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have a few of those. I have a wrapper to the Hostess pie. I cherish that.
That's
wow.
amazing.
I have the video game, the arcade second game, still in the box with all the Pizza Hut coupons and everything.
Yeah.
Um, Surprised possession of my
That's
favorite.
probably Eric's favorite.
Uh,
That one.
Man, that's. I think you know what my favorite item, even though it's you would probably not see it as valuable as everything, but is a poster. Um, it's the volume one poster. It looks total 80s. And it's the one where the turtles are coming down on the ladder, and
I
April
know
has
this
that
one.
real 80s hairdo.
Yep.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
It's an actual cover,
yeah,
I
it's from
think.
the volume one collective
It's the
Yeah,
edition.
painted.
yeah,
It's the painted one. I think it might even be. I don't think that's Farley though. Is it? Is it AC
Yeah,
Farley? Yeah.
it's AC Farley's. Yeah,
Beautiful.
I remember
Beautiful
because
cover.
I talk to Farley sometimes on Facebook, and I told him I was like, I have Eastman's signature on it, and I want his. But I don't think that's ever gonna happen. Let's
You
yeah.
gotta
I'll
you gotta mail it to him, and then he'll mail it back. So you know. He
probably try to
last
do
week he sent me something. I'll share this with the viewers of what he sent me. I just showed Eric because he's one of my all-time favorites, and he sent me this one. I don't know if you could see it.
Oh yes, I've been seeing him do all those. I'm like, man, that's
And the
that
thing,
guy's art, man.
and I could gush about AC Farley and Michael Dooney like forever, but like the thing
Michael
about
Dooney.
him as an artist is when I saw his cover of I think it was the 1990 Mirage calendar for Ninja Turtles. That's what made me like art. Like
Yeah,
it took me from like, oh, I like pictures and comic books to like, wow, painting has depth and color and shadow and perspective, and like it made me a fan of art. So like it was an absolute spiritual awakening based on Ninja Turtles. So I
yeah.
could not be a bigger fan.
For me, Michael Dooney has been one of my favorite. One of my favorite artists. Period. Not just Ninja Turtles, but period. Some of my style kind of stems from, like, I'm not saying I look like his style, but I like there's a lot of things I draw, and it's based off of my memory of seeing his art as a kid.
I could
Uh,
see that. I could see a bit of that. I could see a bit of Lawson, in terms of like how you do the turtles and all that too. But you have definitely like the fine lines like Dooney. So yeah, I could see kind of like a hybridization for sure. But
yeah,
there's something about the way you make their faces that is uniquely you, and it's not something that I see in any of them. Because usually there's some like different variation. So I could tell when you do a turtle. I'd know it was you.
yeah. I always I have like certain things that I guess that I do, like their eyes. I have certain eyes that I do for each turtle.
Ah,
Like Raph. Every time I draw Raph, and I do his eyes like a triangle, kind of like a Dorito chip kind of thing. I do his
okay.
eyes like that. I do Michelangelo. I tend to do like just perfect circles. Donatello's, I like to do like really wide, like I guess I see as like knowledgeable eyes.
Okay.
And Leo, I draw his very like serious and focused eyes. And then I like to draw the tail, the bandanas, like just draping down in front of
over
them.
their neck. Yeah.
Like I don't know why I like drawing them.
I mean, I like it. I think it looks cool.
Yeah,
Instead of always having it in the back. I
it's
mean,
flapping in the air a lot of times. I like to do it draping down in
That's
front of.
that's very like cinematic Ninja Turtles, like from the second movie maybe, where they've, got them coming down. It's almost like long hair, you know.
hmm
I dig it.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. That's cool. So, Eric, I think it's time that you ask him. Like we've asked him about
we,
flavors and food and all that. What do you
yeah.
think? You want to hit him with the heavy
I don't
question?
know. I mean, do you like
oh,
pineapples? Do you like pineapples on your pizza?
pineapple on pizza.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
All right, so we're 50-50. We're
Man,
we're 50-50. He picked Raph, but
have you tried it? Have you tried it?
Okay.
With
So I'm gonna tell you.
he's a
jalapeno.
gourmand. Like Eric knows his food. He knows his way around food. He's
Okay.
a chef. So
Have I had it? I've never really tried it.
There
I've
you go.
never been. Now hear me out. I've never been a pineapple fan. I think a lot of has to do with is from my mom. My mom was allergic to it.
oh,
Okay.
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 So,
Okay. I mean, it is. Well, I mean, I can't convince you if you don't like pineapple, but
yeah.
it's especially with jalapeno on it. It is so good, man. Especially like when it's cooked. Cooked pineapple is so great. I even get it on my burgers. I get a
I
burger with pineapple on it.
I I I used to make burgers with actually pineapple on them. There was a place I used to work at where we did pineapple. It's where we had on there. We had pineapple on there with what was it?
Get a nice char
Some
on that
barbecue.
thing,
Yeah, it
right?
was. Yeah,
Yep.
we had like it was like a wine themed like burger. We had barbecue sauce on it with the pineapple and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
It's
I told Coop, I was like, I was like, if you get a pizza with pineapple on it up in granite, I'll try it.
Now we got some weird stuff though. Like I think we got like the ultimate meat one,
Yeah.
and it wasn't that good. but
No,
but the other one was really
but it
good.
was that pizza was like given to us from like Bartling and or Hugh or
Yeah,
I can't remember who it
that
was.
was something else too. I was so hungry, dude, at that point. I scarfed it. He's like
Yeah.
he's like, "How was it, brother?" And I'm like, "I don't even remember." I just ate
he's
it.
gonna know now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love anything on my pizza except chicken. I don't know why. I just don't like the chicken. I like get it off my pizza. I don't. I like chicken. Just I don't like chicken or barbecue sauce on my pizza. Like
We've
Everything else
talked to
is
some
good.
folks that have had some odd stuff, and I think like one of the weirdest ones they had was the peanut butter one. Right? You
Yeah,
remember that one?
Jozar,
Yeah, with
Jozar.
Jozar. Jozar had it was like a Thai peanut sauce or something,
Uh-huh.
and I'm
Oh,
like,
okay, I
I
love
always wanted to go back and try that. So you know,
Yeah, because the
but still
peanuts
no
are
chicken on that one.
yeah.
I've had crab. I had a white pizza with crab and like Thai chili sauce on it. And like peppers or something, or it was like onions or peppers or something. And I'm like, wow, that was awesome. As long as you don't mix the tomato sauce with it, like it was great, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know. There's room for all kinds of things, but I'll
The
just say our friend Camillo, he says that if it's not like a standard pizza, then it is just a food circular disc. So
uh,
you know,
Good old Cabello, man.
he's super Italian, so he'll tell you.
Oh
So
yeah,
I've heard if it goes on a salad, it doesn't belong on a pizza. I've heard some people say that.
yeah, I don't know,
yeah,
but I mean, I've had arugula on pizza. That was
yep.
to die for. So it's
Oh,
like,
I've I've
you know,
made a pizza. I made a pizza with arugula when it had white truffle aioli, brie
ooh,
cheese, and arugula and caramelized onions.
no like mortadella or something. Like, did you put anything else on it? No,
No, it
man.
was hand tossed and it was cooked in a brick oven.
Oh
Cooked
yeah,
in a
see, there you go.
it was like a wood. It was like a wood burning brick oven though. It was like 3 minutes and your pizza was done.
have you ever gone to Mod Pizza? Have you ever heard
Oh
of
yeah,
Mod
yeah,
Pizza?
What
Man,
is
absolutely.
it?
I take advantage of the Mod Pizza MOD.
Yeah,
Um,
it's kind of like a franchise where you can get like a little personalized pizza. It's like
Okay.
flat sort of pizza.
as many
They'll cook it.
toppings as you
Yeah,
want. Man, that
dude, the
pizza I'd go.
roasted garlic. Oh, so good.
Oh, and then the artichoke on there, and then
Yep.
I like to top it with a fig glaze. Oh
See,
man, that is
artichoke is tough on pizza because it makes everything wet, so you got to be careful with that. So that's
Yeah.
the problem with it. Like it's
you
delicious,
gotta
but
eat it there. You gotta eat it
yeah.
like right there. You can't take it to go. Oh, it is so good. I
So
love the
you're
bitterness.
you know the podcast, you know how it goes. So if we're supposed to do a pizza recipe to tie into the podcast, should I get something with artichokes on it?
Yes, I
All right,
recommend artichokes. Or
artichokes on pizza.
have you ever had people probably shun me or hate me for that, but cauliflower pizza, the crust
Yeah, I've
People
had
cauliflower
it.
like
pizza.
cauliflower. Yeah, people like
Oh,
Yeah, I've
that.
had it. I've had
uh,
chicken crust pizza. I've had cauliflower pizza.
I'm thinking
I
about
mean,
that fig glaze right now. So
yeah, the fig glaze, man. Oh man, it's a game changer. I put that on my pizza, and it is so good. It
is
is
there
so
cheese
good.
on that one?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like a regular pizza, but I load it up with everything, and you can finish it with a fig glaze, and that sweetness that it adds is just
hmm.
and then with the sausage and
This
pepperoni.
is some pizza deep dishing about pizza right here. So
Yeah,
I mean, I try just about anything, but I don't, I don't know, man. I don't
I'll
know.
draw the line at a couple. Like I actually like anchovies, so that's the funny part. But like,
Ugh, if you
yeah,
put
I know
anchovies in
I'm
it,
the guy. Yeah,
you're in big
you
trouble, dude.
you had to ruin it.
yeah, that's me.
I don't know about actually. I don't know if I could ever try that. I don't know if
It's
I could.
just salt fish, you know. If you watch Futurama, they'll like it.
I've had, yeah, I'm good.
No, no.
Well, Ernest, we're coming up on the end of our hour here. I have at ena.tree and at fusionha with two A's and then underscore for Instagram. We'll
Yep.
post a link in the episode and all that. Instagram is the best way for people to find you.
Yes, it is. Especially the Fusion Hop. That's the one I'm mainly on. I mean, I run both, but I'm mainly on the at Fusion Hop. Mainly on there if you want to find me. Not so much on Facebook. I really don't check my Facebook too much, but it's mainly Instagram that I'm on.
Where can folks find where your food truck's going to be?
That's a good one. If you just follow the page, we're going to be announcing where we're going to be setting up. Because lately we've just been doing a lot of like HOAs and private events.
Oh, that
Uh,
makes sense.
so, but we're trying to we're looking for a spot that we could just start setting up and say this is our spot right here. So we'll be announcing that on our page and where we're going to be setting up at. You just check us out in the Fusion Hot page.
Final question: what would you do if Vanilla Ice came up to your food truck? What would you serve him?
What would I serve him? I would tell him to try the mutagen and definitely take a picture with him. It's part of my truck. That would be
Nice, baby.
And he says, peace out, word to your mother. So,
word to my mom. Word to my mother.
all right,
Yep.
thank you to our guests, our wonderful logo artist as well, Mr. Ernest Acosta III. Thank you for finally being on the show. For all the listeners, stay tuned for our pizza recipe, which will undoubtedly have artichoke on it. But for everyone watching us on YouTube, thank you very much. Thanks to the Dorkening. Thanks to our sponsorship from Deadly Grounds Coffee. Eric, any final thoughts?
No. I think we're all good.
Jerry Springer. And now Jerry's final thought of the day. The Shredder. Oh, no, it's I love it. And we'll catch you next time, guys. Thanks.
All right.
It's pizza time.
And now, in a segment that we call Pizza Time, where we discuss any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle or pizza-related food, I give you Pizza Time.
And now for your pizza recipe of the day, something artichoke themed, artichoke French bread pizzas. Active about 10 minutes, total about 20 minutes. Serves 2 to 4 people. Ingredients: 1/4 cup extra virgin olive oil, 1 clove garlic minced, 1/2 teaspoon red pepper flakes, 1/2 teaspoon of dried oregano, kosher salt, 1 small soft baguette split half lengthwise, 1/2 cup ricotta cheese, 1/2 cup chopped marinated artichoke hearts, 1/2 cup shredded mozzarella cheese, chopped fresh parsley for sprinkling. Step 1. Preheat the broiler. Combine the olive oil, garlic, red pepper flakes, oregano, 1/2 tablespoon of salt in a small bowl. Brush onto the cut sides of the baguette. Step 2. Place the baguette halves in a baking sheet. Top with the ricotta, artichoke hearts, and mozzarella. Broil until the cheese is brown and bubbling, about 10 minutes. Top with parsley. And that is your artichoke French bread pizza recipe for the day.
Cowabunga, dudes!
Thank you for listening to the Epic Tales from the Sewers podcast. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. This podcast has no affiliation with Eastman, Laird, Mirage Studios, IDW Studios, Archie Comics, or Nickelodeon Studios. This podcast is a member of the Dorkening Podcast Network. Check out thedorkening.com for other podcasts. Epic Tales from the Sewers is recorded by Justin Cooper and Eric Will.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. We have very active lifestyles. It's not all wandering the countryside aimlessly or scaring passing motorists. And we all love a good cup of joe. And there's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. Bold, robust, delicious. It's coffee that can wake the dead. With over a dozen different roasts and flavors, Deadly Grounds can satisfy the most finicky of coffee addicts. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Greetings and shabibans. We are the Retro Reductibus Cephala Podcast, a long-form bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
Well, that sounds good, but I don't know what all those words mean.
I think what Parasite seems trying to say is that on Retro Reductibus, we explore a range of retro goodness from toys, video games, and movies, to cartoons, and even snacks and school lunches.
Oh. And we do it all with a positive spin, a slew of killer guests, and some very adult language.
And you know what else is cool?
No.
This crazy show is part of the Dorking Podcast Network with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
What's that?
And if waiting 2 weeks for a new episode gives you a sad, know that we drop bonus episodes all the time, like the off-format Crow's Nest and an interview series we call The Brig.
You can listen to Retro Octopus on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any app that's cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all the things that make growing up awesome.
It took me 10 years to make the perfect man cave.
And then we took it over, and we made it into the multiversal chamber.
Then I started my own podcast.
And we took that over too. And we're the co-hosts, the Multiverse Kids.
Yeah, and I'm the dad, the geeky dad. And every week, we what?
We review the movies, shows, and books, games, and toys.
Yeah, and sometimes we even have a special guest. So, join us every week on the Geeky Dad Podcast.
Hello, intrepid listeners. This is the Generation Playlist Podcast, a podcast about music where we are your guides through a particular group or artist.
We talk about the music, and then we make a customized playlist to share with you, our listeners. And you can check us out wherever you listen to podcasts and find our playlists on Spotify.